So you've woken up on the beach, you had a helicopter crash, and you don't know what to do. Here are 13 things that I would recommend you do before you explore or do any of the story in Sons of the Forest. Tip number 1. Open your inventory by pressing I. Right-click your emergency pack that you were given on spawn, and open it up with right-click. This is going to give you an axe, a GPS, the diary to build, and a lighter for the dark. What I would then do is equip the tactical axe to 1. You now have an axe. Step 2. Kelvin's losing his mind on the beach. Help the poor fella out. Wake him up. Step 3. He may have lost his mind and completely lack a personality, but Kelvin can be very, very helpful. What I tend to do when I first land, because I don't really want to chop trees or collect sticks or collect rocks or anything like this, I will get him to get logs, and drop them here. We're going to be building shortly. We might as well have an abundance of logs to start off with. And off he goes. Tip number 4. When you landed, the helicopter might be underwater, according to the GPS, but there are many, many boxes on the coast. Open them all up, see what you can get. The items that you'll get from the boxes will really come in handy, not just early game, but later on as well. These boxes do respawn on save and load, so you can sort of abuse these a little bit, but what I tend to do is just use them the once, enjoy the survival aspect of the game, but at least give yourself a little bit of a sort of a helping hand to start off with, you know? I mean, who doesn't want a grenade? Step 5, I think. Press I. Open your inventory. You crash landed a helicopter. You're not full HP. You would have picked up some HP from the chests that you opened on the beach if you followed tip 4. Just click on one. Don't use them all, just use one. Using more than one med will not speed up the recovery phase, nor will it give you more HP. Your health after popping a single med will charge all the way to the top, as long as you don't take damage in the process. That includes full damage. Step number 6, you're going to need to eat when the sun goes down, or at least when you get hungry. What I tend to find is that the seagulls are pretty easy to kill. Yep, nice. The seagulls are pretty easy to kill. They also give you feathers for arrows later on. So just knock one down with the axe, skin it, take the meat. You will need 2 or 3 of these later on to survive the night, if you're not like me and just skip the night time. But they're pretty easy to catch. They'll land on the beach near you. Run up to them. Shouldn't take more than a swing. Collect the feathers, skin the animal. However, if you are a vegan, step, I think 6 will help you out. Jump up onto these rocks here. You'll see another formation of rocks over here. Just pop your head over the edge of those. There should be a little opening in the grass here, and this little flower with white petals. Grab these, as many as you can. This is called yarrow. Not sure if this is going to be patched in the future, but there's a massive field of yarrow here, and you can collect up to 20 of them. This is completely broken. It's almost as good as food and water from a river, and it just spawns in abundance in this field right in front of you. It's so easy. You can hold E to eat instantly, or press E to put in your inventory. Once in your inventory, what I tend to do is just stick it to a hotkey, such as 2. Means I can just spam it later on. Very, very easy to find. Tip number 8 and 9. What's the point of doing all this if you're not going to save your game? Those boxes you searched earlier, you should have found a tarp in them. It's found on the top right hand side in your inventory. Again, accessed by pressing I. Click on the tarp to equip. Look at the floor and place a nice little square. You've got a tarp, but you can't save it just yet. What you will need is a few sticks. I've collected a few. You go to the corner of the top until you see this up arrow. Place. You've got somewhere to save it. Easy. The difference is minimal, but you can use between 1 and 4 sticks. Save the game. Step number 30. You landed just over there. Just here is a river. You can't drink from the sea, but you can drink from the river. Each sort of gulp will replenish half of your thirst meter. Do that twice, your water's back to full. An extra tip for this is you can currently drink from lakes and ponds, With it being stagnant, I don't know if that's going to be fixed in the future, but right now you can drink from lakes and ponds, so feel free to do that. Also, the water collector doesn't actually work in the game. I think they've actually completely removed it from the game. So yeah, drinking from rivers or ponds at the moment, that's your only choice. Step home. Build a shelter if you don't already have one. Obviously you've got the tarp to save it at, but it's not going to protect you when cannibals come. Building a house like this just gives you somewhere to hide if you're low on HP, and you can even cut windows into the walls. I have made a tutorial on how to make windows, how to make walls, and how to build with logs if you want to check it out. I'll put it at the top of the screen now as a card, and I'll put it in the description below with a couple of other videos as well, including finding the modern axe, which I would add onto this list, but I just don't see it as completely essential right now. I would suggest getting it. You cut trees down sort of 2-3 times faster, and you kill cannibals if you really need to a lot quicker, sometimes in 1 or 2 hits as opposed to sort of 5 or 6. And these cannibals do really hurt when they hit you. So yeah, step home, build one. Step defend. This wood ain't going to survive forever, especially if a lot of cannibals come. And even if you're in here sort of a week into the game, you're really going to struggle. I make these little spear things. Again, I've made a video on how to make these, which I've included, you know, as a card throughout this video. It's pretty simple. You get a stick, you look at the floor. There's a couple of icons that you can see. There's this one, sort of like a white triangle. Might be quite difficult to see, white triangle. What you want to do, right click until you see the circle. Pop a stick down. Pull out your axe, stand the way, you know, face the way that you want it to sort of to bend. This animation will come up. Cut it, then you've got a spear. What I then do, again, reinforce, I've made a video on this. Just get a couple of rocks, put it around the base. Makes it a lot stronger. It will hurt when cannibals run into it. You get the point. The final step. Just have fun. Enjoy the game. It's just come out. Don't be one of these people that tries to speedrun it in 6.24 seconds or, you know, builds the best, most impenetrable base ever. Just enjoy the game. We're not always going to be this age where we enjoy video games, and we're not always going to be at a point where we can buy a game that looks this good and plays this well for £25. So just enjoy yourself. Whether it's killing cannibals, falling off mountains, I'm fucking dead, or just boogieing. Enjoy the game, guys. If you liked it, like it. If you didn't like it, and hopefully I'll see you in some of the other videos. See ya.